The real estate business is booming in Mumbai, with million-dollar-plus apartments under construction across the city. The biggest symbol of buying power is the new home of India's richest and the world's fourth richest man, Mukesh Ambani. His palatial tower dominates the skyline of South Mumbai. According to reports, it has 6 floors of parking, a few swimming pools, a ballroom, a cinema and 3 helipads. No wonder then India's rich are scrambling to get their own version of a luxury apartment.
Mumbai, a city of 22 million people or thereabouts, home ownership rates which are in the range of about 20%, extremely low by global standards, a rapidly developing economy, and a landlocked island city, 456 square kilometers of area, one fourth of what the New York metro region has, for example, but 4 times the people. So all these factors together, contribute to a very real demand, continuous demand for all sorts of real estate.
And buyers are lapping up developments as soon as they are announced. Vijay Sharangan has invested $500,000 in an apartment in this building complex in a Mumbai suburb, even though it won't be ready till 2013.
They have gardens and specialized gardens they have planned. They've got the usual clubhouse. They've got tennis courts that are planned. Other games facilities are in place. Children's park. Several of those features. The ability to walk around inside the complex as you grow older, that's an important element. All of these add up to making this premium, exciting and worth spending on as far as I'm concerned.
The world's tallest residential tower, World 1, is planned in central Mumbai. 60% of its apartments have already been sold, with prices up to $17 million. When completed in 2014, the building will soar 450 metres above the Arabian Sea. But it's not just status that's driving the reach upwards.
At that height, the theoretical temperature drop is 5 degrees from the ground level. So the air up there is about 5 degrees cooler than it is at the ground.
This is just one of a new wave of super tall apartment towers springing up around Mumbai. These gated developments, a mark of India's rising economic clout, are not only changing the city's skyline, but also its social fabric. They tower over crowded slums, which house half of the city's population, highlighting the growing gap between the haves and have-nots in what is already one of the world's most unequal societies.
Our
huts are made of wood. We've covered it with plastic sheets. But during the rains we have problems. It's difficult for our children when the water floods these paths.
बच्चों को रास्ता चलना दूभर हो जाता है यहाँ तक कि गरीब का हवा में जब उनका पता उड़ जाता है ये प्लास्टिक.
And when the wind blows away the plastic sheets, our homes get flooded too. The government doesn't provide us with any facilities. There is no drinking water and no electricity here.
But far from investing in the potential growth area of affordable housing, most developers are focusing on luxury apartments, attracted by huge margins. In the Lower Parel neighbourhood, developers bought former industrial land for around $66 per square foot a decade ago. They are now charging 10 times that for their apartments, meaning they only need sell a handful to the super rich to recover costs.
The discrepancy in Bombay is at one level you have people who doesn't have even the basic of human rights. Whether it's a right to shelter, whether it's a right to water, right to food, right to a clean toilet. And on the other side you have big buildings coming of individuals, of 60-floored buildings. The amount of energy use, the amount of water use. This means that the share which is available to the rest of the people in the city is drastically going down.
But so too is the share of credit that has fueled this boom, as banks become increasingly cautious about lending to real estate developers. Also, India's interest rates have risen over the last year, making it more costly to borrow money. In the long run, the quality of land a developer possesses will be crucial, and that shows no signs of changing.
Land is very scarce in Mumbai, obviously. In heart of the city of Mumbai, there is hardly any land which is surplus land which is remaining vacant. So sourcing land is definitely a big challenge. We always believe no business can survive on 20 years inventory or 25 years of inventory. So we always believe more in quality of the land than the quantity of land.
Yet, with every developer rushing to announce premium projects, many believe the market is already oversaturated.
There are 10,000 new apartments coming where the minimum value of the apartment is going to be $1 million. Are there enough buyers? All of us feel there are not enough buyers to kind of take 10,000 apartments in the next 2 years.
This segment has seen prices grow by 30% in the last year alone, and such apartments may now be overpriced. At the same time, many buyers have their money stuck in the Indian stock market, which has fallen by more than 10% so far this year.
This industry, like the stock market, has begun to depend on the confidence, and that confidence seems to have been shaken. And if the confidence is shaken, what a typical buyer would do is put off the purchase. That's what we are seeing today.
Yet despite jitters, analysts expect only a mild correction in the prices of luxury homes of 10 to 15% in the next few months, with demand expected to continue its upward climb once again as the Indian economy expands at 8.5% this year.